Good morning and welcome to Rhodes Stadium here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama for the final day of the Crimson Classic. And what a weekend it has been for the 7th-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide, 18-0 on the year. They've got 2 today. A little bit later, we'll see Alabama take on Oakland, but we start the day with the Tide facing St. Thomas, 14-5 on the year. Out of the Summit League, picked 2nd in the conference, and they have looked really, really strong here this weekend. Just 1 loss to Alabama, but a win over South Florida yesterday, a couple over Kent State, and we'll see certainly how the power bats of both teams fare and face off here on this Sunday morning. Glad that you're with us on SEC Network. Gray Robertson alongside the Olympian, the former Big 12 Freshman of the Year, the Natty champ, Nicole Mendez. Mindy, it's been a fun weekend, and this is going to be another surefire, exciting matchup between these two. We saw it go 2-0 on Friday, and I get the feeling the offense will be a little bit more prevalent this second time around, perhaps on both sides.
Yeah, that's something that I have been excited to watch as the weekend has unfolded. I think these are the 2 best teams that have emerged from the tournament. So being able to face off again on the final day and just right some wrongs for both sides. Whenever I think of Alabama, they were kind of slow to start. It took them a while to score. They obviously ended up figuring it out. They they were able to secure the win 8-0 in that first matchup, but being able to just put a bow on it in the circle, Monten just a couple of free passes. That's very uncharacteristic of her. Her efficiency rates were a little bit lower, so just being able to put the bow on that. And then if you're St. Thomas, I mean, you were hanging in there and competing, not just hanging in there. You were competing throughout that game up until that 4th inning. And I think the lack of adjustments fast enough, that was the thing that they struggled with. So I'd love to see for offense and for pitching them make quicker adjustments.
Go through the lineup as Vic Moten fires in a strike there. St. Thomas, 14-5 on the year. Avery Wuckowitz in the box right now, center fielder. Batting 2nd today, Lakin Leinhard, the 2nd baseman. 3-spot Abby Sterlin, the 1st baseman, with Ella Cook, the pitcher, batting cleanup as that's popped up and heading foul. 5-hole is Cassidy Carby for St. Thomas. She's the 3rd baseman. Batting 6th is Cameron Monson, the catcher. Morgan Klein is in right field hitting 7th with Zoe Trotter, the left fielder, in the 8th spot, and Maddie Frecking, the shortstop, batting 9th. And as we mentioned, they're facing Vic Moten, the freshman in the circle, the reigning SEC pitcher of the week. Her 1-2 will hit Wuckowitz on the knee, and the leadoff, and the speedy leadoff at that, heads to first base. Good start for St. Thomas here in the 1st inning.
Yeah, this is exactly how you want to start off that game. Something that I think about as an offense is how quickly can you create momentum, and I think that was actually...
Are they going to say maybe she stuck the knee out?
Counted as a lean-in?
That's exactly what the call is. So Wuckowitz will come back in, and Moten will have another shot here on a 2-2.
Well, if there's one thing that we have seen time and time again throughout this tournament, full counts. So with this one, very first batter of this game, we're going to go ahead and get our full count watch early.
Yeah, put the tally down and tally the first strikeout for the freshman Moten, 1 away here in the 1st.
That was a great recovery from Moten. Just a pitch that leaks in, too far in, makes the adjustment, batter gets called back. What does she do? Immediately comes back, gets the strikeout.
Strike 1 to Lakin Leinhard, the graduate from Cresco, Iowa. On the year, hitting .311 with 18 RBIs, 3 homers, 4 doubles, a .522 OBP. Quickly 0-2.
Something as this staff, this Alabama pitching squad, they've been focusing on is attacking these hitters. Can you get those pitches early on in the zone and make these hitters feel like they have to be competitive from the very first pitch? Make them feel like if I don't swing at something in the first 2 pitches, I'm going to be so far behind in my count.
Yeah, the strike percentage has been impressive for Alabama pitching. Moten was really strong against South Florida earlier this week, as another full count comes into play for Leinhard. Moten went 5, 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts against the Bulls. 8-0 with a .36 ERA this year. Dukershire's looking for it, and she'll make the grab in foul ground for out number 2.
2 batters up, 2 quick outs. This top half of the lineup for St. Thomas, they're the ones that are going to do the most damage. Whenever you look at their averages and their slugging percentage, a lot of power, a lot of RBIs are top heavy in that lineup.
Including this hitter, Abby Sterling. She's hitting .389, 16 RBIs, 6 home runs, 5 doubles. Second in the starting lineup in slugging at .815, just like you were talking about, Nicole.
And a good number to note, in 54 at-bats, not counting this one. She's only had 5 strikeouts, so she sees the ball well. She's able to make contact. And from there, that's just adjustments, getting the ball through.
No one got away from Giles briefly, 2-1. Here's the defense for Alabama. Lauren Johnson in left, Vandergriff in center, Roman in right. Dukeshire at third, Hawkins at short, Young at second, Wells at first, and Giles behind the plate, catching for Vic Moten. And that'll get by Hawkins at short. Abby Sterling has a 2-out single for St. Thomas here in the first.
Sterling, I mean, we were just talking about how she doesn't really strike out. She battles and getting that pitch out in front. Moten does a good job supplying the power, so as a hitter, I'm not trying to overswing or feel like I'm doing too much, but what I am trying to do is get my timing down. If I'm able to get that timing down, the power from Moten is going to do the rest, so getting that barrel out in front, that's what Sterling does.
And power not a problem for Ella Cook, trying to help herself out, starting pitcher today for St. Thomas. .364 average with 20 RBIs, 4 homers, a triple, and 5 doubles. And she does have a home run in this very ballpark. Hit a 3-run shot off of Alabama 2 years ago. This weekend, 3 for 10 with 3 RBIs.
Tells me is whenever she does make contact, it's very effective.
Yeah, 20 hits on the year, 10 for extra bases, not bad. Nice bounce back by Moten. Second strikeout of the first inning, and we're scoreless going to the bottom of the first. Tied bats coming up when we return.
Be sure to bring all foul balls back to the press box. Redeem your very own Foosackly's gift card. Thank you, Foosackly's, for being a proud sponsor of Alabama softball. Okay, it's time for the Southern Millhouse Guess the Scratch. You have between now and the end of the second inning to head to the marketing table. That's what time will be the 5th inning stretch. It will be announced at the end of the 5th inning. You must be present to win.
Hey, it's Crimson Chaos Weekend. We're so glad you're here. Roll Tide.
Students, it's Crimson Chaos Weekend here at G-Mobile Crimson Classic. After the game, you can head on down after our second game today and get a photo on the field. Full weekend of chaos. You don't want to miss it. Double Tide loyalty points all weekend. Tell your friends at Pack Road Stadium.
Scoreless in Tuscaloosa as we go to the bottom of the first, and here is the starting lineup for Patrick Murphy and the 18-0 Alabama Crimson Tide, starting off with the All-American center fielder Audrey Vandegrift, who steps in now. Brooke Wells, the first baseman, bats second. DP Alexis Papillo in the 3 spot. 4-hole Marley Giles, the catcher, with Anna Roman, the right fielder, batting 5th. Salyn Hawkins is at short, hitting 6th. Abby Dukeshire, the third baseman, bats 7th. Jenny Young is at second, hitting 8th, and Lauren Johnson will turn it over in the 9 spot from left field. And there's Vandegrift lacing it to third. Nice stop by Carby. And 1 down for Ella Cook in the circle, the redshirt senior, reigning Summit League pitcher of the week. She took the loss against Alabama on Friday, Nicole, but 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs. Both earned 3 walks, 4 Ks. Her changeup was a difference maker in that first matchup.
Yeah, and as the game went on, the changeup got better and better. The biggest difference that she made, and we were just talking about the adjustments, St. Thomas, they were a little late to make. Her changeup, being able to have it tumble down off and miss those barrels, whereas early on in the game, it stayed flatter. And those were the ones that Alabama was able to take and send for a ride. Papillo, who's on deck right now, she was sitting. She was able to drive it too.
And somebody who had no issues driving the softball yesterday is Brooke Wells. Houston transfer, batting .455, 19 RBIs, 6 home runs on the year. How about the weekend? 4 of 10 with 4 RBIs and 2 home runs. All the RBIs, homers, and hits came on Saturday in the wins over Kent State and South Florida.
I think she is an integral part of this lineup, and whenever she's on, they follow her lead, they follow her energy. And you have 3 back-to-back-to-back, just difficult hitters to get through with this Alabama lineup. But to that point, Cook has done a phenomenal job, not just in her original matchup against Alabama, but throughout this tournament. She has some really good bite on her screwball, and she moves the ball around the zone really well. It took them a while to adjust to her. So definitely crafty and deceptive with her movement.
And this is one of the first times Alabama has seen a pitcher a second time here this year. So adjustment's the name of the game, and so far Cook is winning that game. Strikeout of Wells for out number 2.
I just mentioned Cook, her screwball. That is her go-to pitch. That one, she keeps it on that outside half, and Wells chases after that one with the 2-2 count. As a pitcher, being able to spot it up in that river, in between the outside corner and the other batter's box. If you're able to locate that, you're going to get a lot of chase with the 2-2 from hitters trying to be protective.
Papillo, first pitch over to Carby, and the throw is in plenty of time. Ella Cook working through the first inning with ease. We go to the second, still scoreless here in Tuscaloosa. Five, 6, 7 due up for St. Thomas here in the second. Carby, Monson, and Klein against Vic Moten in the circle. Gray Robertson, Nicole Mendez up here in the booth at Rhodes Stadium. Glad that you're with us here on this Sunday morning. And the first pitch misses. As we cut the Lilo and Stitch soundtrack that was still running. Cassidy Carby hitting .222 this year, 10 of 45 with 16 RBIs.
To your point, not a lot of teams have seen each other twice so far this year. Preseason is a lot of games, but not a lot of repeats. It's a nice pitch from Moten on the outside half. But with that comes the ability to ease into that conference tournament for both these teams of, okay, we're gonna have those 3-game series. We need to be ready to make those adjustments, make them quickly, and go, all right, game 1 to game 2, I have a plan, but also if for some reason they have an alternative plan, what is that? So we're not trying to create it in game. We already have an idea, and it's just a seamless transition from one plan to the other, one batter to the other.
Yeah, there haven't been a ton of occasions this year in the non-conference where teams have seen a pitcher a second time. As Carby lifts that on the right side. Roman will run in for the catch. But you will in conference play. When you play Tennessee, you will see Carlin Pickens twice. When you play LSU, you will see Jaden Heavner twice. That's the name of the game. So it's important for Alabama to get that experience today against Ella Cook, a pitcher who threw very well the first time out. Cameron Monson takes the first pitch and sends it sky high. Giles is there, 2 down.
I haven't seen too many first pitch swinging from St. Thomas. In fact, they've had 3 full pitch counts already this game. We've only swung at the first 2 pitches twice. They've been very patient, so that was a little uncharacteristic. But if you're Moten, that is a sign, at least for me, if I'm getting them to swing early, those pitches look desirable to a hitter. And then with her movement, last minute they break, they move, hitter's not able to square up the ball.
Big cut there from Morgan Klein, who's hitting .278 with 6 RBIs. 2 for 11 with a couple ribbies here in Tuscaloosa.
This defense for Alabama just shifted towards, for the infield, shifted towards those 5-6, 3-4s, step or 2.
This is well struck out to left field. Johnson on the run, and she'll make the grab on the warning track. Morgan Klein gave it a ride, but it's a clean 3-up, 3-down inning for Moten, and we go to the bottom of the second here at Rhodes.
Crimson Tide just completed the freaky fast 1-2-3 top half of the second inning. Text Dill to 83200. Exclusive offer courtesy of Jimmy John, proud sponsor of Alabama softball. Fans, Tuscaloosa wants to give you the chance to DJ the end of the fifth inning. You have 3 songs to choose from. Cheer as loud as you can for the one you want to hear. Who wants to hear Play Something Country? How about Red Dirt Road? Last but not least, Boots Scootin' Boogie. All right, stay around to see which song was your winner. Courtesy of our sponsor, Tuscaloosa DJU.
First time we'll see the heart of the order for Alabama here in the second. 4, 5, 6, Giles, Roman, and Hawkins against Ella Cook. Kicking it off with Marley Giles, who had the big swing yesterday against South Florida, a grand slam to really lock up the win for the Tide. Seen her out of Clanton, Alabama. Giles on the year hitting .462 to lead the team with 13 RBIs and 3 homers, and 2 for 7 this weekend so far. But of course, as I mentioned, one of those 2 cleared the bases and busted it open against the Bulls on Saturday. Here's that changeup from Cook, 0-2.
I was wondering whenever we'd see an appearance. But honestly, in that first inning, Alabama swinging early on in counts. She didn't really need to use it. It was a quick 1, 2, 3.
Did she hold? Yes, she did.
That one very, very close. I think that was a great pitch by Cooks. I personally thought Giles may have broken those wrists just a little bit. No replay today, so we'll go with what the umpire says.
At least no replay for us. As far as I know, the challenge system is still in play. Umpiring crew, by the way, you've got Mark Brown behind the plate, Brian Sewell over at first, Eric Wilkins at third. Giles is jammed, and Cook will take care of it for out number 1.
That's something to note. Cook is a phenomenal pitcher, but also a phenomenal defender. Some of those plays, I mean, you don't expect most third basemen to be able to make the plays. And Cook, off the mound, was making great catches defensively, being able to throw on the run. So for Alabama, you have to be cautious where you're bunting. The pitcher is a no-go zone for me.
A rare first pitch take for Anna Roman, the freshman who is typically pretty aggressive in her ABs, Florida native who has been outstanding, hitting .341 with 20 RBIs, 5 homers, and a triple here this year. You've really enjoyed watching Anna Roman live here this week, Mindy.
I don't know what it is about her. I just enjoy her, enjoy her presence, enjoy just the way that she looks whenever she plays a game. She just looks calm. She looks like she's having fun, playing loose. You know, there's something to that, especially as a freshman. You have zero expectation. And if you're able to hang on to that, keep it as long as you can, that's just so fun because everything is just about going out and being present.
Look at Roman, a charge to center and way gone. Backing up the love, the freshman Anna Roman gives the Tide a 1-0 lead here in the second.
Anna Roman, patient. You were talking about how she wasn't swinging, got herself into a favorable 2-1 pitch, and then absolutely sends this one for a ride. Cook doesn't leave too many over the plate, but whenever she does, you best believe this Alabama offense is going to be all over it. Roman was waiting for that crossover pitch, and the moment that she saw it, she decided this one was going to be long gone. Alabama leads.
That's home run number 6 for the freshman. 21 RBIs, second on the team behind Papillo.
She's kind of good.
Future seems bright. If you liked her before, Nicole, I have to imagine you like her even more after that swing. See how Ella Cook responds against Hawkins. That's a ground ball to third. Carby's throws a little high, but handled by Sterling for the second out.
Alabama back to being very aggressive.
North Dakota native Abby Dukeshire, who's really seen the batting average pick up here this weekend. A good Saturday, getting her the start here today. Hitting .231 on the year, but here in the Crimson Classic, the average is up to .375 with a .444 OBP.
One thing I've seen Dukeshire be able to do all weekend long is get the barrel out. Maybe the timing isn't always there, but she swings hard and she's able to release the barrel quickly.
Battle for the foul ball over in the stands. .02 for Cook, and she gets Dukeshire to swing and miss. So a nice bounce back by Ella Cook. But Alabama takes the lead. Anna Roman with the solo homer. We'll see if the Tommies can answer when we come back.
And it's time for the Krispy Kreme Proud Cam. So get on your feet if you want to be featured on the video board. You're looking great out there, everybody.
Putting off the top of the third for St. Thomas, left fielder number 22, Zoe Trotter.
We'll see what St. Thomas can do in response as we start the third. Alabama leads 1-0. The Tommies will have 8-9-1 due up. Trotter, Frecking, and Wukowitz against Vic Moten, who has already thrown 32 pitches here in this game. Tommies have worked her full a few times. Zoe Trotter, the daughter of the head coach Jen Trotter, takes ball one. Batting 143, 4 of 28 with a couple RBIs and a home run. Coach Trotter was telling us this week it's been really fun to coach her daughter. During the recruiting process, she didn't put pressure on her, said go where you want to go, but when Zoe did indeed pick St. Thomas, it was a really big blessing to get to be a part of her college career, especially since when Coach Trotter took the job at St. Thomas, she had to leave and miss a couple years of high school for Zoe.
Yeah, definitely be able to have that special bond. And I just love also the fact that both of them shared the love of the game so highly.
A little blooper to left. Johnson's there, one down.
Shortstop number 2, Maddie Frecking.
Now in steps Maddie Frecking, the freshman out of Anoka, Minnesota. On a team with lots of wonderful names, fun names. This might be up near the top. Frecking hitting .222, 2 for 9 with a run scored and a .417 OBP.
That one, a really good pitch there from Moten on the inside half. That screwball from her, we've been waiting to see it just absolutely be consistent on that inside half. The St. Thomas hitters, they are towed up on that inside line because not only can Moten go there with the screwball, also has a rise ball. She's able to work all sides of the zone. But oftentimes we'll see that pitch start middle away and end middle in instead of starting over the heart of the plate, attracting the hitter's eye, and then moving into that inside corner, moving into that river pitch for those righties. And I think if she's able to just make that shift 2 balls over, you're going to see those counts go from those 3-2. This is now the 4th full pitch count that St. Thomas has been able to draw off of her. You're going to start to see those counts start to lower.
And another strikeout for Moten. I'll tell you what, she's throwing a lot of pitches and making it a little bit more interesting than I'm sure she'd want. But that's 3 Ks one time through the lineup for the freshman.
Yeah, Moten, a very, very good pitcher. By no means a discredit. But thinking strategically, thinking how can I be my personal best as a pitcher in this game? Nice changeup down to the zone. How can I be more efficient? How can I get these hitters to feel like they're on their heels instead of digging in and letting them be offensive?
She got Wuckowitz to strike out in the first. Impressive player, Avery Wuckowitz. Woodbury, Minnesota native. First team All-Summit League twice, I should say 3 times in her career. Was Conference Newcomer of the Year back in 2023. Now, we should note as well, St. Thomas won the Summit League last year, but were ineligible for the conference tournament and the NCAA tournament. All square, all good to go here in 2026. And it's going to be a lot of fun watching them battle Omaha and the Mavericks in the Summit League as Wuckowitz lifts that to left. Tough sun ball for a moment for Johnson, but she's there to retire the side and send this to the bottom of the third with Bama leading 1-0.
Here we go, everybody. What a catch. And now it is time to recognize our Nukes fan of the game. We have Miss Miranda here. Give it up for Miranda. That's right. Now, Miranda, I think you have a very special player out there. Who might that be? Garrett Griggs. Give it up for Garrett, everybody. And thank you to Nukes for being a proud sponsor of Alabama softball. One more time for Nukes, Miranda, and Garrett.
Leading off the bottom of the third inning for Alabama. Second baseman, number 4, Jenna Young.
8-9-1 for Alabama here in the third. Young, Johnson, and Vandegrift against Ella Cook. Cooking in the circle so far. She's been really strong against Alabama all weekend long. The problem is 2 pitches that have given up 2 home runs. One on Friday to Papillo in the first and one to Anna Roman in the second here today. Now in steps the Iowa transfer, Jenna Young. Oh, wow.
That one high. I don't even know if that tipped off the glove of Monson to deflect even just a little bit, but that one ripped the mask off of the umpire. I mean, he seems like he's fine, but that was pretty aggressive.
Wow.
Pat Murphy holding up 2 fingers saying, "Can you see me?" How many fingers am I holding up?
Mark Brown says he's good. He did not react at all.
No.
That was really impressive. 2-0 now on Young, who's batting .325. 13 of 40 with 10 RBIs, 2 homers, a triple, and 5 doubles. A little bit of a slower weekend for her, 2 for 10 with 1 ribby. Chopped over to first, and Sterling's got it. 1 out.
It's a good read from Sterling. I think we've seen a couple of balls eat up infielders throughout the tournament this weekend, and Sterling just taking that extra step back. She knew she would be in that in-between, being able to catch it as it comes off that second hop. It's a good read by first baseman.
Well, here is Lauren Johnson. So reliable down in the 9 spot for Alabama this year. .433 average with 9 RBIs, a homer, a triple, and 3 doubles. Hitting .400 here this weekend with a .571 OBP, which is always so impressive down in the 9 hole, turning over the lineup to the big boppers up top. Over to short, handled by Frecking. Throw a little offline again, but the tag is there. 2 away.
That was, again, a great job over there at first base from Sterling to have the mindset of, whenever I go to catch this and I feel my foot come off the bag as a first baseman, you immediately go to how quickly can I apply the tag. And also, as that runner's running through, you have to make sure that ball doesn't get stripped from your glove. It's a good job applying the tag, but also hanging on to it.
Here is the All-American Audrey Vandegrift. Pull back the bunt on the chain. She grounded out back in the first. Seemed to get back into a rhythm yesterday with a triple. Overall, good day at the top of the order.
We've seen that from Vandergriff and Wells, this 1-2 punch for Alabama. Whenever they're on, they are so effective. And like I said, very much a spark plug catalyst for this offense. Both of them looked a little tight going into the weekend, just trying to do too much. It's a lot of freedom. Once you get that one hit and you're like, okay, I'm fine. I don't need to panic. No need to try and adjust. No need to try. All I have to do is react. Both of them very, very athletic, great hitters with great eyes.
It is interesting, isn't it? Sometimes the harder you try, the tougher you make it on yourself as a hitter.
I don't know if it's interesting, but I do know it's frustrating whenever the moment you decide to go, oh, I don't care anymore, you often find success. I think that's what I tend to focus more on. At least I did as a player. I remember whenever I was playing at Oklahoma, talking with JT Gasso and trying to figure something out for months. And one day I just go to him and I say, you know what, I don't even care anymore. That weekend, I think I ended up going like 7 for 8 or something like that. I was so mad. I came to him. I was like, this is stupid. And he goes, make it simple. I think his exact words were, keep it simple, stupid, but you know.
Well,
I was like, you're right. You're right. First full pitch count here for Alabama. Vandergriff battling. We have seen Alabama's lineup oftentimes get into these situations where they come back and they get to that full pitch count, relentless in that full pitch, 2-strike attack.
now time called. Wind has started to blow a little bit out, left to right. And Cook is blowing it by the Tide hitters. Strikeout number 3, and we go to the 4th, still 1-0 Bama.
And it's time for the Whataburger special delivery of the game. We've got it in the stands, we've got it in the Brickyard. So far this weekend, the stands have only won once. Let's see if they can pull it out again this morning. On your mark, get set, pass those biscuits. We've got the second row in the stands, passing it along the way. We've got large gaps in the Brickyard, so they might not be able to pull it out today. We shall see, we shall see. With roughly 25 seconds left, the stands are already through their side of the row. Here we go. I'm gonna call it, that's the stands, everybody. Give it up for the stands. That's 2. We got 2 stands. Only one more and we'll be even.
Leading off the top of the 4th for St. Thomas, second baseman number 11.
Welcome back to Tuscaloosa. Flying through this one as we go to the 4th inning. Perhaps famous last words. 2-3-4 due up for St. Thomas. Leinhard, Sterling, and Cook against Vic Moten. And the first pitch is hit to Dukeshire. Leinhard races down, but she won't get there in time. And there's one away.
First baseman for 23,
We were talking in the top of the 3rd about the Summit League, about St. Thomas being a full go eligible for the NCAA tournament after last year winning the regular season, but since the transition to D1 not being deemed eligible by the NCAA for postseason, now they're good to go. And in a Summit League, as Sterling gets ready for the 1-0, that has a team like Omaha with Maddie Agroff and a pretty good offense as well. South Dakota State, North Dakota State always dangerous in that conference as well. This feels like a St. Thomas team that certainly should be a contender to win the league, if not, frankly, the favorite, because after watching Omaha some to start the year as well, I think I would kind of power rank St. Thomas ahead of the Mavericks through the first month of the season.
Well, I definitely think St. Thomas is a team that can compete in postseason, compete in conference. There's a lot of good teams in the Summit League. They're known for having tough pitchers, and I think that's the biggest thing. But offense that I have seen from St. Thomas that is able to balance out that tough pitching. But it's gonna be the adjustments. So far, I have not seen them make too many against Moton. They do draw that walk. Again, those free passes, that's where, if I were Moton, if I were that coaching staff, I want to see her tighten that up a little bit. Put a great body of work that first game, but as an athlete, I always like to put a bow on it. I've talked about that throughout this weekend series with all the games, but put a bow on it. See if you can finish better. See if you can have a clean finish.
Well, and I think this young lady stepping into the box now will have a great deal to say about St. Thomas's ceiling, Ella Cook. We've seen her work in the circle. She's really good at the plate. 0 for 1 with a strikeout today, but lots of pop in the bat. And you combine, as that gets away, the pinch runner Wishman heads to second, and the throw from Giles goes all the way to center field. Giles couldn't believe how much that sailed, and in the blink of an eye, St. Thomas has the tying run on third with 1 out.
So far throughout this game, save that home run from Papillo. This game has felt very mild. What I mean by that is the energy on both sides, very calm. I know it's an early morning game. It's the end of the weekend, so it can kind of feel like that energy, that momentum that you had on Friday, a little bit harder to summon up here in this game. But you want to take this moment if you're St. Thomas, capitalize on it. You now have a runner standing on third with only 1 out. There is opportunity here for one of your most powerful bats. Struggled a little bit, but whenever she does make contact, she scores runs. It's Bama infield just taking the timeout, spearheaded by Giles, saying, hey, you know what, I got you. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's how we're gonna salvage this. Let's get back in there. Offense is gonna get you whenever we go back in, but right now, let's take care of business. Let's go after these hitters.
Cook pops it up. Moton is there, and she'll make the grab. A big second out that keeps the pinch runner Wishman at third.
Love that response from Moton. Just immediately goes at these hitters. So that 4-hole from Cook. She does a lot of damage all on her own.
Cassidy Carby takes ball 1. Just to put a button, though, on the conversation, I think for St. Thomas, the other thing you love, what you're getting from Cook in the circle and also from Ava Kleinfeld, the freshman of the year last year in the Summit. We have not seen her in the games that we've called, but she has been outstanding here this weekend and outstanding all year. And that pitching depth in the Summit League is going to be really crucial come conference play and certainly conference tournament time.
That's the one that you don't want to take if you're Carby. That's a pitch that starts middle out, ends over the plate. Seen it a few times from Moton. You have to capitalize on it. That's what Papillo did. Ended up working out well for her. Instead, gets the swings and miss. Roman, sorry, excuse me.
Two. Foul back. Carby on the year, batting .217, trying to come through with a runner at third. Great chance for St. Thomas after the error. And a really important block by Giles to keep that one in front.
Giles has had a few, save for that one that got away in the errant throw, which is why St. Thomas has a runner standing on third. She's been pretty solid behind the plate. Uncharacteristic of Moton to be missing, I think, that widely. Typically her misses are very close.
Boy, as this at-bat continues, this feels like the chance, doesn't it, for St. Thomas? This feels like the one that they have to get. The redshirt senior Carby at the plate, Wishman at third. And there's ball 4. They're on the corners with 2 outs for Cameron Monson.
You look at the patience from the very jump of this game. St. Thomas has been a little reluctant to swing that early on. You're here in the bottom of the third, and Moten has 64 pitches. 65 with that last one.
And Lance McMahon out to have a word with Moten.
Also 5 full counts at these batters, separate batters. Not a single batter has had a full count twice. That conference not taking too long. Moten, just a freshman. Sometimes as a pitching coach, just recognizing, realizing whenever your freshman starts to get a little wobbly, recenter her and send her back out there.
That's a good start to this pitch sequence to Monson. Strike 1. Cameron Monson fouled out back in the second on the first pitch she saw. Big opportunity for the Tommies here in the fourth.
What a great pitcher's pitch. Love that location. Monson, Monson wanted that one. Monson, she's not offering. She is being patient. It's a 2-1 pretty quickly.
And on deck, you've got Klein, who had that hard shot. Was caught on the warning track in her previous at-bat. Monson sends this way up in the air. Couple Bama defenders are there, and it's Young. Oh, it got dicey in shallow center. But the threat ends, and we go to the bottom of the fourth with Alabama leading by a run.
Season, it looks like Taco's going to go for 2 straight. Taco is going to have none of that. Oh, Taco is going to go wire to wire. Hot sauce, it's nacho day. Congratulations to both our runners. Thanks for playing, and thank you, Taco Mama, for being a proud sponsor of Alabama Athletics.
Well, we go to the bottom of the fourth, the home half, and Alabama will have the power alley up, 2-3-4. Wells, Papillo, and Giles against Ella Cook, who continues to baffle and befuddle hitters here in the Crimson Classic. Gave up the solo homer to Anna Roman in the second. On Friday against Alabama, just a 2-run homer to Papillo in the first, and that has been it, run-wise, for the redshirt senior. Alabama 18-0 on the year. We are on undefeated team watch. There are 4 left. Alabama, North Carolina, Tennessee, and Grand Canyon. And we'll be able to provide some scoreboard updates throughout the day of what's going on. North Carolina is in trouble for now. Top of the 5th. Boston College leads the Tar Heels 4-1, but North Carolina walked off BC first 2 games of that series, so we'll see. And in the top of the 3rd on Rocky Top, App State leads Tennessee 2-0. Brooke Wells struck out back in the first inning. Wells, high fly ball out towards the Brickyard and gone. Third home run of the Crimson Classic for Brooke Wells, and Alabama leads it 2-0.
We saw it that first home run. We saw it again here. If you leave a pitch over the zone, Alabama offense are gonna make you pay. It's a tough lesson for Cook because 2 pitches, I think, have really been left over the zone, maybe 3. And offense has been all over it. So you have to be sharp if you're Cook. You go back to what happened last half inning, where they had a runner on third, less than 2 outs. St. Thomas not able to score. There is, like you said, that sense of we really wanted to push one across, because now it's a 2-0 deficit, which is what we saw going into the start of that offensive run.
Kind of a weird trajectory for that liner from Papillo, but the catch is made for out number 1. Well, and a big swing for Wells, too. As I mentioned, 3 home runs here this weekend, now tied for the team lead with 7 homers. She's the 3rd Bama hitter to reach 20 RBIs here this year. And again, really just kind of night and day. Has looked totally different in her approach since Friday, where she was 0 for 5 in those 2 games to start this event. But yesterday and today, even with the strikeout earlier, has been seemingly a lot calmer and more secure in her plan in the box. One out of Marley Giles is high, 2-0.
I think it goes back to the conversation we had of being able to play free. Feel like you have to force it. Anytime there is a have to involved, you get tight. Your decisions not as clean, not as quick.
That is off the glove of Carby at 3rd. Well hit by Giles, and a 1-out base runner for Alabama here in the 4th.
This one is an elevated screwball, just leaks over. I don't think that was a true rise ball, but Cook just lets that one right up, right into it. If you look at the stance of Giles, her stance absolutely allows for that high and in. That is where she likes to get that barrel through, those hands through, especially the way that she starts with her hands a little bit elevated, a little bit out in front.
Alabama, though, starting to hit Cook a little harder. Roman hit one very hard out to center field her first time up. A line drive shot to deep center field.
Well, I was about to say, I think Cook needs to start incorporating that off speed. Throws that change up there for the first pitch strike. That was the thing that kept Alabama guessing in that first game. You want to show it, not too early, but the way that this offense is starting to swing the bat, probably not ideal. You didn't want to show it too much until the 5th inning, but you're going to have to start that change now because they've made an adjustment.
And I just saw Ava Kleinfeld hustle out to the pin for St. Thomas, quickly getting warm. That's a beautiful change for strike 2.
You look at the differences in just as that bat, those 2 changes. The first one for a strike, just trying to get that pitch established, trying to get that strike across the board. But the second one tumbles off, still within the strike zone, but it has that downward movement.
Oh, and excuse me, swinging bunt. That'll be picked up in foul ground.
Roman said, thank you that it was foul. Get another chance at this.
I mean, that changeup from Cook was entering take a shower, that was dirty territory. It is getting nastier and nastier as the game goes on. Do you go back right here on the 2-2?
No, we've seen it already 3 times, unless it's down in the dirt, but I would feel comfortable with a 1-ball, 2-strike count throwing that down in the dirt.
Oh, Giles takes off, and the throw is wayward from Monson.
Monson absolutely not expecting that runner to go at all. Pat Murphy catching her off guard.
That's the first stolen base of the year for Giles.
Well, this is an offensive team, not only hitting, but base running as well. And if you can catch a catcher off guard, where she's not even looking at the runner, just automatically throwing back.
Roman to left. Giles had to hesitate, and she'll stop at third. Now Roman hightails it to second, and Alabama's in business with 1 out and 2 in scoring position here in the 4th.
Roman definitely seeing Cook very good today. Both times she's been up to bat, she's been able to just rope the ball, and I think that has to do with patience. Able to draw it out. And this is the second time through, probably the hardest part of the lineup. So Cook just gonna have to get crafty.
Hawkins grounded out on the first pitch earlier. She'll take ball 1. Salyn Hawkins, a Mississippi State transfer, entered today, hitting .429 on the weekend and .391 overall. Has upped the offensive numbers big time here in year 2 in Tuscaloosa. This is going to be tough. Cook has 1 play. She'll make it, but that brings in Giles to make it 3-0 Alabama.
Very good pitch there by Cook. And Hawkins not able to get a hold of it, but right now, Alabama softball coming out, celebrating, cheering, because it's not about, oh, was it a good hit, was it not? You were able to put another run across the board. And if I'm Alabama, I feel a little bit more comfortable with that 3-0 lead going into the rest of this game versus coming into this inning, it was only 1-0, and there was a lot of pressure from St. Thomas.
And Roman did take third, so now Dukeshire, who struck out earlier, has a chance with the runner in scoring position. 0 for 1 on the day, hitting .091 RISP, so trying to turn that stat around ahead of conference play next weekend for the Tide. I'm sure we'll talk about that as the day goes on. This is in the air to right, and this is heading into a troublesome territory, but Klein runs in and makes the grab. Inning over. 2 more for Alabama. We go to the 5th. Tied up 3-0.
Defensive change for Alabama, now playing right field number 11, Larissa Pruitt.
7-8-9 for St. Thomas here in the 5th. Klein, Trotter, and Frecking. And 1 defensive change for the Crimson Tide. Patrick Murphy will put in Larissa Pruitt out in right. Usually see that defensive sub late. Patrick Murphy loves the outfield skills and certainly the arm of Pruitt. Says it's one of, if not the strongest in that position group. So she's out there, and Klein's in the box where she takes strike 1. Morgan Klein flew out to left in the second. Well-struck ball that Lauren Johnson tracked down. Glad that you're with us here on this Sunday. Gray Robertson, the Olympian Nicole Mendez. Probably too long a pause. I was not in the Olympics. Nicole was. I don't know what I would have been in for.
Curling.
Sure. I could have gone all Marty Supreme and done some ping pong in the
Bobsled?
Olympics. No, too fast. Boy, it'll be great, won't it, to have softball back in the Olympics in 2028 in Los Angeles. Those Team USA dreams. As Vandegrift settles for out number 1. And a possibility that you'll see some college players playing this year on Team USA. Certainly people who've played the last few seasons. I would think former Alabama pitcher Montana Fouts would be in consideration for your former college head coach, Patty Gassos, leading Team USA.
The ties that tie us all together in the softball world and the sports world, it is small, small, small. Especially if you're a college player now, being able to be exposed to that environment of international ball, very different, but taking the double dip advantage that you have as a college player. If your team is able, and it's very difficult to get there, but if your team is able to get to the Women's College World Series, and you're exposed to that environment, that is where the Olympics will be held. Even though Los Angeles, the host city, they weren't able to secure a softball stadium. So Oklahoma is stepping up, and Oklahoma City is going to be the host site, as well as for rowing as well. They will be hosting for the 28 Olympics.
And it's frankly never too early to talk about some of those things. I know the staffs for Team USA are watching everything. The 0-2 to Trotter misses low. She flew out her first time up. That is smoked, but foul.
Yeah, we've seen a couple hard hit balls besides the one back in the first from Sterling. Alabama has been able to smother those. Most of them have just been those misses from St. Thomas. Ones where you're like, oh, I was just underneath it. Sky high, well struck, but pop-ups. A couple of those pitches from Moten just left over the plate. That's the difference between these two teams right now. Whenever Cook left those balls over the plate, Alabama, they have been able to execute. They've been able to get those runs across the board, whereas St. Thomas, it's those, we just missed.
That's a really good walk drawn by the sophomore Zoe Trotter. And I'm sure her head coach, her mother, Jen Trotter, is very pleased that St. Thomas has a one-out base runner here in the 5th.
Especially when you're 9-hole, somebody who you look to often to turn over the lineup, get on base. And do that with a runner on.
Yeah, this is an opportunity for the Tommies. Frecking the 9-hitter up, Wukowitz waiting on deck. And I think a good timeout by Giles to go have a word with Moten after that first pitch ball.
Yeah, 5 balls in a row. It just looks like Moten's trying to speed up just a little bit. Giles reassuring her, saying, you don't need to press, you don't need to go too fast. Just trust your spin, let it rip, let it ride.
We'll give you a scoreboard update during this timeout, as again we're on undefeated team watch. 4 left in college softball, and one of those 4 in major trouble now. Top of the 6th, Boston College leads unbeaten North Carolina 6-1. Tennessee has tied it with App State 2 apiece in the 3rd. We'll see Grand Canyon later on today.
Whatever Giles said, resettled Moten. She's back in business. That screwball seemed just miss low one too many times. If you look at the stirrups on Frecking, where the stripes are, that's where that screwball is missing. That is that adjustment that Moten needed to bring. Bringing it up right to the knees, right below where the pants line ends. going to get those hitters. Again, it's all about enticing them. Moten's movement is filthy, but you have to get them to guess first.
Well, as that one misses, this becomes just a massive pitch. You got Wukowitz, the leadoff hitter, on deck. She's the tying run here in the 5th. Payoff to Frecking. Found away.
Still a lot of game left. If you're St. Thomas, staying in, battling, if you're able to draw 6 full count at bats against Moten, you've been able to see a lot of her pitches.
Runner goes, called strike 3, and the tag is there. Vic Moten gets Frecking swinging, Trotter's thrown out, and we go to the bottom of the 5th with the Tide leading.
Here we go. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. I love the energy. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I get that chorus through. Root, root for Alabama. If they know when it's a shame, sing it out. At the
Thank you all for fans who participated in the Southern Millhouse Guest and Scratch competition. Winner today, Alicia Glenn. Congratulations. Fans, let's hear it for Southern Millhouse. Proud sponsor of Alabama softball. Leading off the bottom of the 15th.
Bottom of the 5th, Alabama 3, St. Thomas 0, 8-9-1, due up for the Tide against a new pitcher in the ball game for the Tommies. The sophomore Ava Kleinfeld, we were talking about a little bit earlier, will come in for the first time against Alabama. The righty from Lake Mills, Wisconsin, 2025 Summit League Freshman of the Year. And here is her weekend so far. 12 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. It was unearned, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts, and a 2-0 record. But the first batter she sees hits a foul ball, and Patrick Murphy can't believe it.
I also can't believe it. That one looked like it landed right on chalk. Patrick Murphy pretty fired up about that one. That is big. A leadoff double. And if you're able to get a couple more runs across the board, especially with a new pitcher, you can tell St. Thomas trying to ease that momentum that Alabama has been building throughout the game. That can feel suffocating if you're Alabama and you get that call your way. And if you're St. Thomas, you get to breathe a sigh of relief and go, okay, here we go, we're right back in it.
Well, and a very tough break for Young, who steps back in, and also unchallengeable because it was called foul on the field. If that were called fair, then St. Thomas could have challenged it, but if it's called foul, nothing you can do, and Young has to battle once again against the sophomore Kleinfeld. Jenna Young, a ground out on her day. We were watching film on her last night, Nicole. A really impressive young lady in the circle.
Yeah, Kleinfeld has a heavy feeling drop. She can spot her arm side very well, outside to lefties, inside to righties. There's that pitch right there.
Carby has to hurry, and Young beats it out. A slow roller to the hot corner, and the speedy Iowa transfers at first base.
Carby needs a little bit more sense of urgency. Whenever you have that kind of speed, that bottom half of the lineup for Alabama, the top half with Young, Johnson, and Vandergriff, a lot of speed. If you sit on your heels, if you let a ball come to you, they're going to find a way to get on base. You have to attack that. Mistake that for St. Thomas you're going to want to get back.
And options abound with Johnson up. She grounded out in the third. She showed bunt there, and she is the second of the Johnson sisters to play at Alabama. Her sister Jenna did that a lot in her career, and now Lauren Johnson has the drag bunt and a single to put 2 on with nobody out in the 5th.
This quite possibly, and we've seen a lot of well-placed bunts this weekend. This quite possibly was the best one yet. Down that first baseline, I'm waiting to see if it wavers, if it wobbles over to that foul side, and it doesn't, and it dies so slowly. And Monson did a good job jumping out, getting there in a hurry, but again, that speed from Alabama, this 8-9-1 part of the lineup.
Vandergriff will do it. Monson picked it up in fair ground and then threw it away. Young will score. Johnson's on third. I think Vandergriff was going to be safe anyway, but a run comes in and it's 4-0 with runners on the corners and nobody out.
This one, I think Monson just reacted too quickly. The bunt that we saw from Johnson, that was definitely staying fair. That one was rolling foul. And if I get it, in the moment you're trying to react, but if you see that sideways spin, we could see it up here in the booth, you want to leave that alone. Let it go foul. Give your defense, give your pitcher a second to rest, because right now you had a foul ball that could have been a double. Then she comes back. She's able to get on via just lack of aggression over at third base, and then you have a bunt, and then you have another bunt, and all of a sudden this game starts to feel like it's being sped up. And I think this is what this timeout is about, is coach just saying we need to tighten up our defense, but also let's slow down. Don't let this game get carried away.
Well, and I think if you're Alabama, this game, even though it hasn't been the cleanest this year, it probably is emblematic of what has made this offense a little more dangerous this year. You've seen the power, but then also in innings like this, the small ball, the bunts, and the capability to speed up an opponent. And that versatility is what currently has Alabama at 18-0. Swing and a miss. That was by design as Vandergriff takes second. I mean, you would love contact, but the goal was to get 2 in scoring position and a 0-1 count on Brooke Wells. Wells 1 for 2 with a solo homer and a strikeout. How do you pitch Brooke Wells right now if you're Ava Kleinfeld?
I would go with my strengths. I mean, we haven't seen a true drop ball pitcher from St. Thomas. And honestly, one that has that heavy break, haven't seen that at all this weekend. So I would go with that drop ball. You have a lot of opportunity here with your defense. Come then maybe taking a step or 2 back, even with no outs. I just know if Wells is able to make contact, typically it'll probably be pretty hard. I don't want it to get through, but I'm going with that drop ball. I'm trusting my stuff.
Wow, Monson just saved a run.
Kleinfeld, you can tell, trying to guide that pitch in there, trying to be too particular. As a pitcher, you have to throw through your catcher, through your pitches, let that spin work for you.
Wells to center field. Brooke Wells has it caught by Wuckowitz. 1 run is in. Bama's trying to grab 2, and they'll do just that. You gotta love it. A sac fly that brings in a pair, and Alabama leads 6-0. And we'll see if Coach Trotter wants to check and make sure everybody was on time tagging up.
Just to be sure, the St. Thomas defense just throwing all the bags. Umpires are about to get together.
The ruling on the field is that the runner is second base, left on time, and therefore is safe. We have a challenge on that call. Plays under review.
Well, just added to the list of things that have happened this weekend, a sac fly from Brooke Wells that brings in 2, and not lost in that moment. That was a heck of a grab by Wuckowitz on the run, colliding with the wall. But good base running by the Tide as it stands now, and we'll see what our umpires are able to glean with this challenge from St. Thomas.
Yeah, I love this inning, how Patrick Murphy has really pushed the speed, not just in the box, but again, base runners. And they have exposed St. Thomas. You can see them panicking with the bunts, and knowing the speed, it shouldn't come as a surprise to the defense. Frecking, she was out in center field and looked surprised that the runner from second was trying to score. You have to expect that as a defense whenever there's that much speed. And Bama, if you're them, continue to put the foot on the gas pedal, press down on the necks, finish this game.
I'm just not surprised, honestly, that things continue happening in a game, in a weekend where we're in the booth together. Those that know.
Yeah, I mean, what else would happen whenever us two get together and call games? This is chaos.
That was pretty quick. Here comes Mark Brown, and we'll see if the challenge was successful or unsuccessful.
After review, the call is confirmed. One mistake.
Alrighty, so it is indeed a 2 RBI sac fly from Brooke Wells and a 6-0 lead for Alabama. And now if you're St. Thomas, you've got to consider a couple things as well. Alabama has the game-ending run waiting on deck here in this inning with 1 out and the base is clear.
I think putting in Kleinfeld was the right move. The adjustment was being made by these hitters off of Cook, but you have to allow your drop ball to work.
Papillo, oh my! Lex Papillo has done it again. Solo shot on a line to right, and it's 7-0.
This is what happens whenever you let the Crimson Tide offense get going. This is why they have been so effective so far this year. This is a drop ball that doesn't drop. It's on the corner, but if you don't have that kind of movement for a hitter like Papillo, who's seen the ball so well all weekend long, you leave that elevated and she's going to send that for a ride. I feel like all of her hits have been on that line drive trajectory. Doesn't miss underneath too often. That got out of there in a hurry, and again, it was a line drive out to right field.
Wells tied the team lead with 7 home runs earlier in the game, and Alexis Papillo said, "I would like the lead back, please." Now she's got 8.
I will take that, thank you.
And I believe that's either the 3rd or the 4th. As Giles sees that one miss away. I believe that's the 3rd or the 4th home run that Papillo has hit this year on the first pitch of her at-bat. I know it's the 2nd one this weekend. And forget on deck, the game-ending run is at the plate now. And a strike to Giles, who's 1 for 2 with a single, a run scored, and a pop-out. And this game has kind of followed the Alabama script a little more closely the rest of this weekend. So that one rolls foul. You know, the St. Thomas game on Friday, Alabama had the 2-run homer in the first, and that was it scoring-wise. Pretty much every other game, maybe a bit of a slow start, but then the bats have made adjustments, and we've seen more scores like this across the weekend.
Yeah, I love the adjustment. And talking about top half of the lineup with Vandergriff and Wells and how just relaxing and trusting yourself can do wonders.
Chopper to Carby. She gloves it well. 2 down.
But there is something to be said whenever you're passing the bat often and often and often and often. As a hitter, you learn to relax and go, I would love to get this done. I want to have a productive at bat, but I don't have to, because I know if I don't, the person behind me is going to get it done. The person behind me trust the person behind them. And that creates this kind of cohesive sigh of relief as an offense going, okay, all I have to do is just play my game.
Well, in the 5 spot, this is scheduled to be Anna Roman, but we saw Pruitt come in as a defensive replacement. Now she'll hit. Senior from Hartselle, Alabama. Nice pitch for strike 1 on Pruitt, who this season is 2 for 10 with a .385 OBP and 6 runs scored. Slow roller to Linehart at second, and the throw will end the inning. A big inning for Alabama. 4 come across, and we go to the 6th with the Tide firmly in control here in Tuscaloosa.
Defensive changes for Alabama, now playing third base, number 81, Honey Hubbard. At first base for the Tide, number 36, Henry Taylor. Now catching for the Tide, number 7, Holly Beth Brooks. Playing center field, number 3, Christian White. And in the circle, number 18, Caitlin Palazzi. And entering the game to play left field for the Tide, senior number 6.
Alabama up 7-0 on St. Thomas as we go to the 6th. Top of the order due up for the Tommies, Wuckowitz, Linehart, and Sterling. They'll face the new pitcher in the circle along with a multitude of defensive changes. The freshman Caitlin Palazzi is in, the highest ERA on the team at 1.02 with a 4-0 record, 27 1/3 innings, 14 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 3 walks, and 25 strikeouts. And it's been interesting to really kind of see her become a pretty consistent reliever for Alabama this weekend. This is her 3rd appearance at the Crimson Classic, all in relief so far.
Yeah, I think utilizing your staff any way that you can, get them that experience of what it feels like. And she's somebody that just goes out kind of like a machine and just gets those quick outs. Shaping her into that SEC conference play is a grind. There is no ease, there is no lit up. Even with teams down at the bottom of the conference, you don't want to surrender any game. So having a pitcher that can come in into relief at any point in the game and get your team back on track, or continue where your last pitcher like Moten has been not allowing too much to come across from St. Thomas, continue to carry that torch and shut her down. That's what you're going to see from Palazzi.
And you're also about to see a basically completely new defense for Alabama. We will start inside out. New catcher is Holly Beth Brooks, the freshman out of nearby Northport, Alabama. Ambry Taylor, the freshman, is over at first base with Maddie Hubbard now playing the hot corner at 3rd. And then in the outfield, Pruitt stays in right. Kristen White has moved to center, and over in left field celebrating her senior day today, the Northport, Alabama native, the transfer from Samford in her 3rd year in Tuscaloosa, Kinley Pate. We do have the fact sheet. We will be saving that for the Oakland game a little bit later, so you'll want to hear about Kinley's 2021 small business that she started that we will discuss later on today. Also, as Wuckowitz takes ball 1, I think it's been impressive to see the decorations and setups that the players and their families have put together all weekend long for the various senior days. I mean, Kristen White's family went all out. Kinley Pate's family's done a great job. Haley Johnson's squad as well. It's it's been pretty cool to see all the posters and pictures and memories they've got plastered up around Rhodes.
You put a lot of sweat equity into this sport, and you start whenever you're 4 or 5, and you continue to grow and create those memories. It shapes you into the person, into the woman that you are today.
Wuckowitz, hard ground ball to Payton left. And Avery Wuckowitz has her first hit today, lead off on for the Tommies here in the 6th.
Doesn't surprise me. Her last at bat, she absolutely crushed it. It's just underneath, and that has been the story of St. Thomas. They've had that potential. They've had those moments early on when momentum and the score really was up for grabs. And they have just continued to just miss. Just a little bit too late, just a little bit too early. It's a good way to start this inning, though.
Here's a strike to Lykken Leinhard. She's 0 for 2.
Ozzy trying to get that changeup in there. Again, the experience of bringing in another young face, another young arm on this staff. Getting them comfortable with what does it take to come in towards the tail end of the game? What does it take to be in the middle of the game? Understanding for you as an individual, you as a pitcher, how warm, how hot do I need to be ready? Can I go 10 minutes and I'm good? Do I need to go 45 and feel like I'm on my 3rd or 4th inning?
Oh, wow. Change up called strike 3, and Leinhard was frozen. First for Palazzi, 1 down.
Yeah, I love that rhythm on her body for that changeup. Looks like it's coming in like her harder pitches, but takes about 10 miles off of it. Anytime you see a hitter kind of have that front back and forth wobble, that's a dirty pitch. Tells you they are just so off kilter, so off balance. To strike out a batter with that and immediately go with that to your first pitch. It's a nice look by Palazzi.
That went high to Abby Sterling. Single and a walk so far for the first baseman for St. Thomas, a senior out of Minnesota. What I was going to say, it does feel intentional from Patrick Murphy to have Palazzi appear 3 times in relief today. No starts as of yet. We'll see what happens later today against Oakland, but that certainly doesn't feel like an accident, that has been the strategy with Brisky and Moten starting the majority of the games, along with the one Ailey Johnson started on her senior day.
And it's a different mindset as a reliever.
Change hit to short. There's the play at second and the throw to first to turn the double play. The Alabama middles in the inning, and the Tide will look to end it early when we come back. 7-0 Alabama as we enter the bottom of the 6th. First of 2 today for the Tide. We're going to be here all day. Gray Robertson and the Olympia Nicole Mendez. New pitcher in the ball game for St. Thomas, the freshman out of Brainerd, Minnesota, Maya Tauchis, who is one of the most heavily accoladed high school athletes I've maybe ever seen in multiple sports. Just to run through it real quick. 12-time conference champion, 3-time All-State in swimming, 3-time All-Area in basketball, 3-time All-Conference in softball, was the softball 2025 Minnesota Gatorade Player of the Year. Has 4 siblings, all of whom play sports. Now the first time we've seen Tauchis, who's got the highest velocity in this pitching staff, facing this Tide offense. And a 1-1 count on the freshman Garrett Griggs, who's hitting in the 6th spot with Hubbard and Young set to follow.
I think we could have anticipated this coming. Kleinfeld drop ball was not on today, and whenever you're leaving as a drop ball pitcher, whenever you're leaving those balls elevated and the swings that Alabama was putting on with one run away, trying to prevent this game from ending.
Nice flip by Sterling for out number 1.
Alabama offense has exploded, has been consistent all game long. You scored in the 2nd and 4th, and then in the 3rd, it felt like you couldn't get them out. They were continuing to pass the bat and creating chaos, but can you finish?
Monty Hubbard takes strike 1. 286 average, 6 of 21 with an RBI and a home run. Another reason St. Thomas probably loves Tauchis in this scenario. No home runs allowed, so if Alabama does want to end this in 6, I probably need to do it by stringing some things together. Chopped up the middle. Nice stop at short, but Hubbard's going to beat it out. Frecking did the best she could, but there's a 1-out single and the game-ending runs at first base.
Great range showcase there by Frecking. She made that play a lot closer than, honestly, I would have thought with the speed of Dukeshire, but, excuse me, Hubbard.
First pitch strike to Jenna Young, who's 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out. Young in the air to left. Trotter backs up. She's having trouble finding it, and she's able to make the catch. Hubbard gets back to first, but that was a little dicey in left field.
Especially with the lefty, that tailing towards the foul line as a left fielder. You want to be aware of that, especially whenever they're early. You tend to see the more dramatic tail towards that foul line. It's a good job by Trotter just hanging on to it, though.
So here's Kristen White. She'll take strike 1. Seen her out of Phoenix City, Alabama. Her senior day was earlier this weekend.
She had a couple of beautifully placed bunts herself. Right now, this defense playing very deep on her, especially over at 3rd from Carby.
See if White recognizes that. She'll slap it in that direction, but it's foul.
But now off the table, but again, still, she hasn't stood in at all in this defense, playing very deep. Carby, even with the third base, and then Frecking very deep and shifted up the middle.
Oh, what a pitch. Called strike 3. Beautiful change from Tauchis. And the last chance for St. Thomas is coming up next. Alabama leads it.
All right, fans, it's time to turn it up a little bit. Come on, put those hands together. Here we go.
Last chance for St. Thomas. The team picks second in the Summit League, 14-5 on the year. It's 7-0 Alabama, 4-5-6. Cook, Carby, Monson against Palazzi in the circle. Alabama 19-0, or I should say 18-0, looking to get to 19-0. Trying to continue to be one of the final teams undefeated in softball. If you're waiting on an update from Chapel Hill, kind of thinking North Carolina's undefeated run might be over. Boston College leads the Tar Heels 10-2 in the 7th.
Offensive powerhouse right there.
Who knew? BC out here ripping the cover off the ball. Ella Cook's 0 for 2.
That's one thing that, as a lot of teams across the country are wrapping up their preseason run or gauntlet, however you want to phrase it. How many of those games have been those come from behind wins? And I think those are great because they teach a team resilience. But if I start to see a trend and I see too many teams having to come from behind, I'm just going to be extra careful whenever I watch them, paying attention. It just tells me that they're slow to make adjustments, slow to make those starts. And it's really hard to maintain as you go throughout conference and you're facing the same teams over and over again. And then the teams that have had those high scoring runs, but maybe the level of play that they have been facing, I'm going to keep my eye on them as well. I want to see what they do the first few weekends of conference play and see, okay, is there something there whenever they face pitching that has a better bite to the movement, has pitchers that attack early on in the zone, have a lot of free passes. What does that offense do? What does that pitching staff do? How do they adjust?
Carby, first pitch to right. Pruitt's there, chance to double up the runner, and they won't get it in time. Good job by the pinch runner, Gracie Concole, sliding back just ahead of the throw.
Because that was a great stroke over there by Carby. That came off the bat in a hurry. There wasn't a lot of time for that runner to get back.
Strike one to Cameron Monson. When you talk also about non-conference, and really us as media people, we're gathering information, right, about these teams, seeing how they look, not just in the marquee matchups, but in everything. And, you know, when the committee is seeding come NCAA tournament time, everything on that resume is important. And some games you play, you might not realize as you're playing it how important it might be to the resume. And if you look at some of the metrics, 2 wins over St. Thomas for Alabama, should they get these final 2 outs, those will be helpful. Those will be top 100 RPI wins. South Florida has a chance to be top 50, maybe top 25. They might not be big games, but they are big bullet points on the resume, and everything that you pull in February, that will very much matter when the committee's looking at the team sheets come May. This could end it. Griggs, there's one. The throw to first, and that's the ball game. Garrett Griggs came on to play short in the 7th, and she had one play to make, and Alabama stays undefeated with a 7-0 win over St. Thomas.
Alabama offense showed up and showed out this game. They were, to me, the highlight. Just how consistently they were able to score and put pressure, and it came in various forms. A couple of home runs, but also a lot of bunts, a lot of pressure, speed-wise, smart base running. They're able to tie this together. I love that look.
One more game coming up in about 30 minutes. We will see you right back here on SEC Network Plus as Alabama moves to 19-0 on the year with a 7-0 win over a very good St. Thomas squad. For our crew back in the truck, for my partner, the Olympian Nicole Mendez, I'm Gray Robertson saying so long from Rhodes Stadium. We'll see you in 30 minutes, everybody. Have a good afternoon.